Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this tricky game called Shakewave. Shakewave is an interesting game that applies Newton's three laws of motion. Basically, we're going to be picking up these little cylinders right here and placing them here on this base. Hey, building a tower, only two at a time. Two, 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 two. But each turn, I also have to rotate the whole base. So it makes it a little bit tricky as I go along. The spinners, if I had a partner here, determines the number of rollers I have to place up. But here's the trick. Each one of these cylinders has a weight in it that determines how it sits. So if I try to roll this wave, it moves. The trick is I have to pick it up, and I don't know where the weight is, and I'm not allowed to set it on the table. I actually have to pick it up and then place it directly on the tower. So as a result, sometimes it's going to roll quite a bit from where I originally place it. Makes it kind of tricky. I only get to about 4 levels half the time when I play by myself, and it just collapses. So Newton's first law says an object at rest will remain at rest until acted upon by an outside unbalanced force. So let's see what that looks like. Come on, land on number one. Hey, so here's roller number one. I place one on, and you can see, there it is. Now, it's going to stay at rest or it's going to stay in motion until an outside unbalance. Right now, the friction is going to stop it. Newton's second law says a force is necessary to accelerate a mass. So I'm going to use the force of my fingers to accelerate this mass and place it here on the base. There I have my little base. Okay. Between turns, I rotate the whole thing. Okay. Two this time. I have to pick up two, and I can't place them down, so I'm just going to adjust them here in my hand. There we go. Objects at rest will remain at rest until an outside unbalanced force acts upon them. Well, here's an outside unbalanced force. They move. You can see they get a little bit of a shake to them as I go. You also notice Newton's third law. For every force, there's an equal and opposite force. Another two. Jeez Louise. I think the colors have something to do with how they're weighted, too. I haven't totally figured that out about this game. But notice how the whole thing is shaking as I place this on. Newton's third law says for every force, there's an equal and opposite force. So as it rolls one way, it causes the whole tower to shift the other way. So it's equal and opposite in action. Look at that. You can see the whole thing shaking back and forth. And sure enough, you're going to see that a little bit more here as I rotate it. Every force, there's an equal and opposite force. You can see the resistance as the tower shakes and shimmies. Another two. Two of the same color this time. Interesting. And we'll see. Newton's second law for a force takes a force to accelerate a mass. Ooh, look at that. Newton's third law. For every force, there's an equal and opposite force. Look at the whole thing starting to shake and shimmy. I think this is the tallest one I've ever built. It's tricky. Very interesting because of the weights in each of the bars. Oops, I need to rotate the whole thing too. Hey, Newton's first law. Objects at rest stay at rest. Well, not now. Outside unbalanced force is going to rotate the whole thing. This is where their little catch is, right here. I made it. Ooh, tricky. I'll grab this one. One. Two. Ooh, that was actually pretty darn good right there. But again, I have to rotate. Ooh, look at that. Look at that whole thing. Newton's third law. For every force, there's an equal and opposite force. Ooh, look at the shimmy. Oh my goodness, scary. Just one this time. Ooh, look at it. Look at it shimmy. Look at Newton's laws here in action. Newton's first, second, and third law all being played here with this game, Shakewave. I think I'm actually allowed to use the base to turn it here. Don't have to do it one-handed. Ooh, a little bit of a 2 this time. Interesting. Okay, so I got to place 1 here on this level. And I got to put 1 on the next level. Ooh, look at that rotation. That's scary. This thing sliding everywhere. Ah! Newton's laws in Shakewave. Have fun.